All right, good morning. Welcome to the stream today. Let's kind of see what we got going on here. We are rolling forward to the June contracts today. No real news to speak of today, looks like. We do have CPI data tomorrow. So that's at 8:30 tomorrow. That should be a big market mover. Core CPI is 8:30 in the morning, and then beyond that, we have FOMC later in the week. So it's going to be a lot of volatility in the market later on this week. I think the FOMC is on Thursday. Not 100% sure, but we'll have to check on that. All right, so kind of the plan today, just so everybody's aware, only trading the Apex account today. This is a fresh Apex account from that I started. So we're going to be pretty aggressive in this account today. Going to kind of size up a little bit. Still trading the same types of setups. We're just going to size up a little. Maybe trying to leave a runner on. Trying to work with not moving our stop as quickly until we're certain it's going to where we want it to go. Took a little scalp this morning, $22. The Top Step account, I am not trading that today because if you watched my weekly recap video on Sunday, I entered a position and it filled me on the old contract. And then I attempted to move my stop to break even once I was up 8 or 9 points, and it did not allow me to move my stop. So I just took the trade off because I knew something was wrong. Problem is that it filled me for a $255 loss instead of profit. So I need to get Top Step to give me a delete a day, and it's going to take them a day or two to do that. So gotta wait for them to take care of that for me. So anyways, just going to trade the, kind of sucks because I was only 500 and something dollars away from the getting funded on that account. But at the same time, it is what it is. Not going to let that affect my trading today. We're just going to go ahead and do what we do and attempt to get the funding done on the Apex account, or get as close as we can. So a couple minutes here before the market opens to see what happens. All right, we've got about 2 minutes still open here. Let's kind of see what happens. See if we can. Don't really like opening up here at the VWAP, which is kind of looks like that might be what happens there. Let's see. I'd like for us to move away from that VWAP, but maybe we trade back to that VWAP. Got the 800 level here, and then maybe get this quick push up. Kind of thinking we might get a push up today to start and then kind of sell off. So this opening trade, we're going to trade the same way as we normally do. We're going to try to take a position, but we're going to size into it a little bit, maybe 3 contracts, and see if we can leave a runner on, maybe to maximize profits. So of course that is a little more risky, so could end up losing there, but 30 seconds here, kind of bounced off that VWAP there. Tested the VWAP, bounced off of it. See what happens. Let's just be ready here at open. If we break above this 810 level, then we're going to try to jump in long. Got to break through that. Really this 790 level, maybe even this 85 level to take a short. So let's see what happens here at open. Kind of think we're going to pump. All right, we got the taking along here. Try to see if we can be patient. Give this thing a second to go here. Yeah, we're long here. Long from the 811 area. Need to hold this VWAP area here. Trying to give this a second to go here. Let's see what happens. All right, stopped out there. Bouncing off the VWAP. Told you guys we're going to be a little more aggressive this morning on this account, so plan was to get long if it broke the 10 there, and that's what we did. So if we break through this 85 level, we may take a short. All right, we're going to take this short here. Oh, stopped us out on one contract already. Need to break through here. The ES needs to get through that 50 level there in order for us to start selling down strong. Might get stopped out here both directions. All right, neither of those trades worked out. That's what can happen if you're if you're super aggressive. So it's kind of chopped us out in both directions there. It looks like we're going to have one more opportunity here on this account before we may have to fire up a new one. See if this thing holds this 800 level here. All right, we're going to go ahead and try to take this long here. This may just pop this account. Oh, I guess it did. What? Oh, I didn't realize that. We were already at our drawdown there. So I literally only had a few points. Oh, that's okay. Today's the last day of the Apex sale where you can get the 80% off. So if you guys are interested in doing the Apex sale or getting the 80% off, then that's what you'll need to do. You need to do it today if you're going to do it. That's all I'm doing here. See here. Probably just gonna, once I do this here, I'm gonna go ahead and just wait for the ICT silver bullet between 10 and 11. See what happens here. Decided I was gonna kind of be ultra aggressive there at open. And oh, well, hold on one second here. Let me see. Anyways, decided I was going to be aggressive there at open, and it's either going to be, you know, go one way or the other. So obviously it didn't go the right way. Normally I would wait for that break of the high there at that 25 level before I would get long. But I decided this morning I wanted to get in a little bit sooner and paid the price there. That's how quickly it can go south on you if you size up. That's the reason why I would, you know, typically wait for the confirmation. So let's just see here. I have to refresh these charts here. All right, now we are on the we're on another fresh account here. So like I said, we're going to be a little more aggressive today. Now with this particular one, I'm not going to go as heavy on just the momentum moves anyway. I'm not. All right. Kind of getting that move down now that we were thinking we may get earlier. ES already selling off pretty hard there. Nasdaq holding up here at the VWAP. Pretty strong. ES trading down to the 50s there, as you can see here. Bouncing off there. I think the NAS is lagging a bit. Just kind of chopping around here. Holding up here at the 80 level on the NAS. Gonna be a little more patient this time. We'll see what we get. Like I said, may just be looking for that silver bullet setup today. Kind of breaking above this SMA. We may try it with one account or one contract. Maybe get a pull back to that 800 level for a possible long entry here. All right, let's try this long here, see if we can't break through this high a day here, possibly. Gonna move my stop to break even if we get up to $100 there. If we break that 10 level, then we'll move our stop to break even. Kind of chopping here though, back to the VWAP area here. Got to hold this 800 level strong if we're gonna go. If we're gonna go. I'll give it a little more room here. See if we can get this pushed through. Like I said, break through that 10 area, we're going to go to break even. So, holy cow. Well, we broke through the 10, but I don't know if you saw that whipsaw action there. I probably should have waited a second there for it to kind of calm down there. I don't know what that was. We got some really, I mean, you look at the ES here, this huge wick to the upside, just in a flash. This really isn't looking very tradable this morning, to be honest. So let's just give it time. Let it kind of calm down, find a direction. I mean, we are holding this VWAP. Failed to kind of got a triple bottom going on here for a possible move higher. Right back to the VWAP. If we trade back down to this level and we fail to break down here, then we might can buy the bounce there. But let's just see. It'd be my luck if I try to buy the bounce. It'll finally trade through there, right? ES kind of pulling back there. All right, let's take the same idea on this entry here. Same kind of concept, same kind of idea. Might stop us out right away here, but that's okay. We're kind of failing to break down. We got this triple bottom going on. So I'm thinking we may bounce out of this area. Well, actually, I didn't even notice we didn't run this liquidity here. I actually don't like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take it off right there. I just noticed that we didn't run that liquidity. It's probably going to do that now. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. And of course, as soon as I take it off, it bounces right out of there. Look at that. That's a lesson there. If you got your stop, put it in a spot, just leave it. I manually took this off for a 270 loss, and you can see. We'll be back to my entry. I mean, holding the 800s here, you know, I could take a long, but it's just kind of chopping around, not really breaking out in any direction. So Nasdaq holding up here above the VWAP. ES trying to sell off. Yeah, rolling over on the new contracts. We got the CPI data tomorrow. Could just have this choppiness. All right, we're just going to kind of range trade this at this point. And what I mean by that is we move to the top of the range, we're going to take a short. We come to the bottom of the range, we're going to take a long. ES is moving down here, so I don't see how the NAS keeps pumping. I think it's just going to chop right back down here, but it could break out. The ES gets moving in that direction. Again, we're just being a little aggressive today. Like I said, it's not... Just trying to trade what it's given us. So this is kind of the range we've been working with here. Now, obviously, if it breaks out above 24 or 25 here, then we're going to want to take a long. But right now, just how this has been trading, I just kind of feel like this is going to be the right type of play. Stops at break even. No, that's fine. Got up a little over $100 on that one and just move the stop to break even. You can see it kind of failing to really do anything here. Just kind of trading in a range here. No real direction. If we get a breakout above the 25 area here, then we may get long for this push up into the 50, but same thing on the short side. Really need to... Yeah, that's the problem. If we try to take these breakout trades, which is what we've tried this morning, you know, obviously I got long earlier and then I got short early after that for the breakdown. And you see how on both of those we got stopped out for big losses. And then same thing here. I try to take the breakdown short and got stopped out there. Or actually long. We were long and we got stopped out. That was me manually taking it off. So if you're going to buy long or short here, you really got to be kind of... You know, until this shows us some strength. You could even just draw a box here and put no trades on. I mean, that might be the more logical thing to do, but kind of just trading in the range. So you're going to short from the top, buy at the bottom, that sort of thing. Of course, that's eventually going to burn you in one direction or the other because it will eventually break out. Or break down in a sense. If you're not on the right side of it, then it's going to burn you. Holding up here at the VWAP. If it's going to move up, you got to get that ES moving up above the VWAP there to get going. Get the ES above 58. Possible long at that point on the ES. Yeah, this has not happened in a while. Usually, at the open here, we've had a nice move up and then a rejection, or a nice move down and then a pop back up, and it's not happening today. All right, I'm thinking about a long here. ES is trying to get above the VWAP there. Thinking about same concept here. Take a long. Put my stop down here, possibly. Although these two markets have been just kind of divergent. ES they're not trading in unison. So it's hard to tell which one's kind of leading the way, if you will. All right, now the ES is kind of breaking back down, moving below the SMA there, and the NAS is also breaking down. Then, of course, looks like we may pop in this area. All right, we may take one more range trade here and then just shut it down for the silver bullet. I'm going to go ahead and take a long here, put my stop just below these candles here. Let's see if we can't get this move back up to the top of the range there. Obviously, if it breaks through here, then it'll stop us out. I'm going to try to move my stop into profit until we get above that 800 level, maybe 805. If we can get that push back up. Need the ES really to trade above that 58 level here to kind of give the NAS the win that it needs to start pushing up there. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop to the bottom of this wick here. Again, this is just kind of a range play. It's not the way I normally trade, but I'm just trying to be a little more aggressive on this Apex account today. And since we got the $40 account, and see if we can't, get some moves today. So I'd like to see this move above 805 strong here. And then we'll move our stop up to break even. Try to give this the trade the room that it needs to kind of work out. I don't want to get stopped out for just $20, $30 in profit here. I'd rather get the full trade if we can. ES moving above the VWAP there. I do like that. NAS still trying to fight it. Got to get going here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move to break even. I know it's going to stop us out, but and of course it's going to go after, but just not like, even though I am being aggressive here, I'm not liking how long it's taken to stay in that range. It's kind of struggling with the ES trying to break out there, so should have went already if it was going to go. So as you can see, trading back down to the bottom of that range there. Still hasn't broken the bottom of that range, but kind of approaching the 10 o'clock hour here. So at this point, I think we're probably just going to be patient, see if this silver bullet forms this morning between 10 and 11. So, see what happens. You see we're down 217. We did blow through that one account this morning, just trying to be ultra aggressive at open. It's kind of expected. It was either going to go one or the other, one way or the other, and it went the other for us there, but that's okay. Tough action to trade this morning. ES is above the VWAP here, but look at those candles that printed. I mean, check these things out. I mean, that's indecision. Huge wick here. Indecision at best. I mean, this may go maybe after 10 here. Maybe we run this liquidity here, run one of these, and then kind of get this move up. I don't know. Kind of an idea. I mean, these are relatively equal lows here. Feels like the longer we hold up, it probably will, potential to go higher. We took a couple of stabs at it here, so we got burned on one here that we really should have been at least break even on, probably in profit. You can see I manually took this off here and it went all the way back up. So took a little bite there, a little bite there, a little bite here. Got bitten right here. So that's why we're at 217. Again, if you're just joining us, not trading the Top Step account today. If you watch my weekly video, you'll see that Trade was having issues, and I ended up taking a loser when it should have been a winner. And in order for them to delete the day, it takes them a day or two to delete the day. So, going to be waiting for that on the Top Step account. So, just being ultra aggressive this morning, since we may take one more shot at this account if this account ends up going away, blowing up, then we may take one more shot this morning before we just return to our natural trading. Well, that's kind of the plan for the morning so far. Still just chopping around in this range. Coming up on the 10 o'clock hour, so we may get a move here at the top of the hour through, maybe it sweeps this liquidity down here, possibly even this here. Yeah, this is just ugly here at open today. All right, just crossed over the 10 o'clock hour. Let's see what happens here. See if this price action kind of levels out. Testing the bottom of the range here. Again, looking for a possible sweep. Probable this liquidity, maybe even this liquidity. So hard to short here, though. I mean, I would probably short if we broke through here normally, but with this price action this morning, like, there's just been no follow through. If you're going to get short, yeah, you could get short up here in the 15 area. Not much to see here at this point. Just kind of chopping around here. Waiting for some sort of sweep of liquidity. You know, either, I kind of feel like, I don't know, Mondays we've been selling off. I think 8 out of the last 10 weeks we've sold off Monday through Wednesday. So I'm thinking maybe we get a sweep up here, sweep this liquidity here, this high. Or even this liquidity would do, but ideally it would be the high a day. Break through the high a day, and then maybe we get a shift back to the downside, trade back up into a gap for a short, potentially. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking we may sell off today. So if we can identify a silver bullet setup here, then we are going to be aggressive. So that's kind of the plan so far. Let's check out these pivot points. Looks like we do have a pivot point at the 814. Is that right? No, that's not the pivot. Pivot 856. Pivot to the downside 746. You can see the market's not really using trading in unison this morning. ES kind of holding up there. The VWAP, NAS is above the VWAP, but just not, you know, one's not moving with the other. Maybe they can kind of get to working together here and make something happen. We shall see. Only time will tell. So far, unable to do anything. It is not offering much. We try to be ultra aggressive on a day when we probably shouldn't be aggressive, honestly. But let's see what happens. So we need a nice sweep of liquidity. I prefer that liquidity to the upside, to be honest. That's just my preference. I don't know if that's what we'll get, but that's what I prefer. I prefer to take this liquidity first. All right, it took the liquidity to the downside there. Moving down. We might try a quick scalp here for this liquidity here. So we swept this liquidity, so really kind of hesitant to jump in short here because we haven't had any follow through today. So I'm looking for maybe a structure shift back to the upside here, possibly. We could come and take this liquidity first, though. So I almost want to take a short for the ride down to the 50, but just kind of watching the 1 minute and the 2 minute chart as well to see what we got there. Kind of bouncing up out of here. So we took this liquidity to the downside first. Just trying to see what happens here. I'd like to see a move back up above 790, 792-ish. If we're going to shift back up to the upside there. This could just be a pullback for a breakdown, though. All right, I'm going to try a short here. Just target this 50 area liquidity. I'm going to leave my stop right where it is, $200, risking one contract, possible move down into the 50s here. If it doesn't move into, the reason I'm taking this is because it's setting up like a short, but it could potentially reverse here and go back to the upside. I'm willing to eat the $200 if we need to here. So. All right, again, like I said, that was a bit of an aggressive entry there. I mean, on the 1 minute chart, it's set up just like a short entry. So it's the reason why I took that. Ideally, I was thinking we're going to get this move back to the upside. But anyways, let's see what happens here. Well, that's frustrating. Kind of moving back down towards my entry here. I almost want to just re-enter and put my stop where it's supposed to be. Stop really is supposed to be at 93 there. I don't know why I didn't just put it there. The 1 minute chart, your stop would be at the 90, well, 92 is where your stop would be. I don't know. I keep second guessing myself here. I mean, it's holding up here, which sometimes gives me kind of pause, but a lot of times if you just give it room, it'll go, but how trading's kind of worked today, it's almost, I mean, it's almost like, hey, let's just take a long here, right? You know what? I'm feeling like it's a short here. So let's just do some, since we're being aggressive today, let's just do something opposite. Let's go ahead and take a long here. I mean, why not, right? We've not been right so far today. So let's just try something different. Could be stupid, but let's just try something different. Yeah, that might be stupid. Oh, that might have been stupid there. All right, let's just take that off. That was probably a dumb idea. That was probably a dumb idea. All right, back to the short position. See if we can't take out the low a day here. And go ahead and move my stop to where it needs to be. 91, maybe. Where's 91? 92. So looking at the 1 minute chart there, that's where the stop should be on that particular one. Kind of zoom out here, see where, you know, targets might be. You know, first target, this swing low here at the 50s. If we can move through there strong. I don't know. I think I'm probably not being as patient as I should be this morning. My original thought was we'd sweep one side of the liquidity, either the top or the bottom, and then, you know, look for a shift in the other direction. So now this is looking like, it's almost looking like my original thought. Sweep the liquidity to the downside, shift in the direction to the upside for an entry to the high a day there. So I'm going to give it a second to let it play out here, but I think I'm going to move my stop down here to reduce risk. And then potentially look for that shift in structure that I was thinking about before. I don't think this short makes any sense at this point, to be honest. All right, stopped out there. Looks like we're going to have one more entry here today, potentially, on this account. Maybe I'm just, it looks like I'm just reading it wrong. It might be one of those days. I may just buy another Apex account and just hold off on it until tomorrow, till after those CPI numbers come out. So I'm trying to be aggressive today, and it's not a day to be aggressive. You can see, I mean, we're just, instead of playing these range plays, I kind of did this stupid play here where I was like, oh, let's just get long. But that was dumb. Don't know why I did that. And then I moved my stop to where it wasn't supposed to be. It's supposed to be up here at the 92 level, and you can see it's moving right back down. So, not trading very well today. I don't know what I'm doing here. Doing stupid stuff. All right, let's just kind of reset the mind here. If it continues lower, we're not going to chase it. We're going to wait for it to shift. Wait for a structure shift back in the other direction. Then we'll take a long possibly, and we will go pretty heavy into that trade. Try to get this loss back plus some. So see what happens. Just kind of you know, I shouldn't be using this day as lightly as I am, but I just feel like if I'm not trading my Top Step account, I can be a little more loose with the trades, but hasn't worked out so far, and you know, there's no real point in doing that. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit here and try to take the rest of the morning a little more serious here. Kind of got a little bit of an order block here on the 1 minute chart on the NQ. Bodies of the candles are sort of respecting the 50% level there of that order block. That traded through it now, so didn't hold. Again, we're not going to chase this down anymore. We're just going to wait for our setup, see if it forms. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Kind of getting a bounce out of there at the 65 level. That ES breaks that 40, I think, 44 level. Then we're probably going to see some selling, but as long as it holds this 50 to 55 level, it seems like we could punch out of here. All right, I'd like to see this move back above 90. Let's get a nice pump up here back above 90. See if NAS can't trade above 90 here. Give us a nice little shift in market structure. Still just chopping around here, not really doing it. Not really doing it. Still could go either way here, even though we're kind of trending down. Still could just go either way, really. Yeah, kind of holding up here at this level. Kind of get a breakout here. I might just take a little breakout trade. You know, just kind of watching this here above 85. All right, we're going to take a long here. See if we can't get this move up. You get a strong move above the VWAP there. I'll kind of give this some room here. We got a structure shift to the upside here. This potentially could just continue going here. Got to get through this VWAP area here. Considering adding to my position possibly here. All right, going to add a third contract there. Let's see where the stop needs to be at. We might get stopped out, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here. So 69 looks like it should be my stop. So that's where... I can kind of move my targets. Got the silver bullet set up here on the 1 minute chart, so that's why I'm adding to the position there. Thinking we're going to get this move up. So we're going to go ahead and move our stops to, well, this is the problem with Apex. I would like to just let this go, to be honest with you. But I can't. I'm already down 1,000, and so I have to be aware of how much we are up on this trade. All right, let's lock in some as we go here, and if it takes me out, maybe we can at least get the 2. So filled in on 1 there. I'd like to, let me move this one down. I'd like to let this go, to be honest. I just hate if it comes all the way back down and, you know. All right, we're going to lock in some on this 1, and maybe we can let this last one kind of run. So let's see if we can get this move through the high of day here. All right. I mean, I hate that I took that trade so late. I hate that I was already down $1,000 when I took that trade. But that was the silver bullet setup that I was looking for there. Let's go ahead and switch over to the 1 minute chart and see, kind of show you guys what we're looking for here. All right, so we got a sweep of liquidity here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we swept that liquidity, we swept that liquidity, we swept that liquidity. All right. Once we swept that liquidity, what are we looking for? We're looking for a shift in market structure, right? Now, I just took the breakout trade thinking if we break above 90, I know that this is probably going to form the silver bullet setup. So I got long there with 2. So we broke above 90, creating this fair value gap here that you can mark out. So this is the fair value gap that I was eyeballing on the 1-minute chart. So I was looking for a trade back into this fair value gap. As you can see, it traded here. So I added to my position here a 3rd contract, and we look a boost out of it. So this is the trade that we were looking for, the silver bullet today. Unfortunately, we messed around before we got it. My plan was to enter the silver bullet with 5 contracts, so I wasn't really so worried about the P&L going into it. And I got scared because the trailing drawdown, since we were already up 1,000 or down 1,000, if we're up 700 or 800 here and then it comes down and it stops me out for 500 or 600, then this account's blown. So that's the only thing I don't like about the Apex drawdown, trailing drawdown. Can't really let a runner go. You can't really let it go up $800-900 and then come down $500-600 and stop you out. You just can't do it. So at any rate, we're down $15 after being up down 1,000 basically. So gonna kind of switch back over into just normal trading mode here. Not gonna be doing anything crazy here. Let's just wait. Don't want to waste any money really, to be honest. And then if we don't take any more trades this afternoon or this morning, then I will use this account tonight in the London session to locate the silver bullet setup and take it. Now, I did take the silver bullet setup last night, and I'll show it to you guys. The thing is, like I told you guys, I'm being ultra aggressive here with this account. So let's just look. Is this last night? Yeah. So last night, 3 a.m. between 3 and 4 is where you would see the kind of silver bullet setup. Not going to be able to see it here on this chart. Let's see. Excuse me. Is this still the, yeah, this is it. Okay. So what I was looking for this move last night was between 3 and 4, the silver bullet forms. And so you can see right here, so what happens here, we traded up, we made a new high, we had a market structure shift to the downside here. So this low pierced this low, and so we had a fair value gap created right here. And my experience with these fair value gaps is that you're usually going to get, I know ICT says usually 5 handles on the ES, 10 handles on the NAS. But last night, I was being ultra aggressive, so I wanted to get 30 handles. That was my goal. So market structure shift to the downside. We trade back up into the gap here with this wick. So I get short here at 59. What am I talking about? Well, this is the ES. So you get short here at the 59 level, and then, it moves all the way down here to 56. So not a huge winner before it kind of bounces out of here and goes. And I'm on the wrong one. I'm supposed to be on the on the Nasdaq. What am I doing? I'm over here showing you the trade on the ES. So anyways, let's get over here to the 1 minute chart. So 3 a.m. on the ES, or not ES, the Nasdaq. So same type of setup. We sweep the high, so we make a new high here overnight. So I'm looking for a structure shift to the downside. Well, is this one? No, not really. I mean, I guess technically could be, but I'm looking for this one to be swept here. So is that the one I took? No, yeah, I took this one. So it trades back up. I mean, you could technically took a short there, 89. I didn't do that. I waited for it to shift fully to the downside. So here's my low. It breaches these two swing lows. Trades back up into the gap there. And let's just kind of mark it out. So here's my fair value gap. And again, I was being ultra aggressive. So I was looking for 30 handles here. So I'm short here from the 85. As you can see, I got short at the 85. We moved down to 75. So 10 handles. It paid 10 handles. I was short 5 contracts, up $1,000, right, in my new Apex account. What happens? It bounces right out of there, okay? And you could have taken a second entry here, but I didn't. I just put the trade on and went to sleep. So I had my stop here at 90. So we're risking, here at 92, one tick above. So 7 handles. So basically I was up 1,000 and then we got stopped out for about 900. So that's 1,900 in the trailing drawdown. And that's the frustrating thing about it. So I wasn't here to take the profit. I wasn't here to move my stop into profit. And then that's what kind of happened. So this entry here, I could have held this longer, but I just didn't want that trailing drawdown to kind of get hit there. I mean, this has offered a second entry here. So even though this was the entry here at 86, you could have taken another entry long, here at 04. You would have took a little heat on it, but your stop would be here at 81 and still move up. So I think it may move up here to the high of day or at least sweep this liquidity at 17, potentially. But we're already out of it, so we're not going to enter again. So overnight there, that silver bullet, I mean, it definitely would have paid. I could have been up $1,000 on that trade, but I took a loss. I mean, it's going to happen sometimes. It's just going to happen sometimes. So we'll kind of see what happens. We'll look and see if we get another entry here potentially. But right now, I'm just kind of going to be patient the rest of the day. I've been ultra aggressive this morning and no need to continue that after I honestly should have just waited and waited for that silver bullet setup and not taken any other trades. That's what we should have done. But what do they say? Hindsight's 20/20 there. And here we are moving up here. We're going to sweep that liquidity at the 17. Maybe through 20. ES getting stuck there at the VWAP. Let's look at the ES, see if it offered an ICT silver bullet entry this morning. So you got a market structure shift here on the ES. So your entry would be long at 55, 43.55. You have taken some heat on this trade so far. Stop at 52. So 2.5 handles here. No real profit yet on the ES. You're basically in the red here. So ES not really offering the opportunity there on the silver bullet like the Nasdaq did. I mean, what did the Nasdaq offer us? Should have been longer here from the 86 on that pierce back right there. And went all the way up to 09. Well, really 16. So 86 to 16, that's 30 handles. I mean, that would have been beautiful with 5 contracts. I wish I would have did the 5 contracts there. I don't know why I didn't. I only bought in 2 initially for the breakout trades, being a little more conservative, and then I should have added 2 or 3 more once it traded back in there, but hindsight's 2020. Guys, if you're interested in the in an Apex account, again, it's 80% off tonight until midnight. You can see here on the 3-minute chart, your entry would have been 95. So the entries are a little more conservative on the 3-minute, but I like to see verification, right? I like to be watching the 3-minute chart for this market structure shift verification. So if I was looking here, really wasn't looking at 3-minute chart all that hard, but I shouldn't have taken profit here because this candle printed. So a pullback is expected, right? It's expected to pull back into this gap. So I should have expected a pullback of at least to 94.95 for this move back up. So on the 3-minute chart, you'd be long from 95. You take profit at 16, somewhere in there. Still giving you 20 handles there to play with. I mean, could potentially take another entry here, to be honest. You would have got stopped out here on the ES. Kind of a failed silver bullet there on the ES. Still early. Looks weak. Looking weak here. 15-minute chart kind of looking weak. Selling off here on the ES. On the 2-minute account, on the 2-minute chart, we still have not traded into the fair value gap yet. I mean, could potentially take another long here. Let's see. I don't like that the ES is selling off like that, though. I mean, if it traded back into this 94 level, stop would be at 81. I don't know. Could have taken this entry here. It's off in the entry a few times. But just going to wait. It is kind of frustrating. I kind of thought today was going to be difficult to trade. So it kind of sucks that I guess I could have just bought the accounts and just held them over till tomorrow or the next day, because I think we're going to get much better action tomorrow. But it's okay. I mean, cost us $40 this morning, basically. So we still at basically break even on this account for the day. So we'll go from there. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean the ES is looking pretty weak here. I mean, I would have liked to possibly take an entry right here at 95, but don't want to. Maybe we'll, since it hasn't swept this liquidity here at 17, if it comes back, oh wait, what's going on here? I don't know how that turns off. Like I literally just switched. Anyways, let's see here. If this comes back to 95, I feel okay with risking, you know, $285 or whatever for a possible move up here. So if it sweeps the 17 area before it comes back to 95, then I'll scratch this entry. Kind of I don't know, a little bit maybe doesn't make all that much sense, but we'll see what happens here. If it's, like I said, if it sweeps that 17 first, then I think we cancel this entry here. But we got the whole number there, the VWAP, got a lot of kind of support there in that area. Trying to move up there without us. Should have taken it, I guess, sooner, huh? All right, like I said, if it sweeps that 17 level, then we're gonna scratch it. So we'd like to see it move back down into that 95 level one more time. Uh, Still didn't sweep that 17 level yet. Kind of wait and see what happens here. All right, well, it just swept that 17 level there. Well, almost. It's about to. All right, so that would have been another valid entry right there if we would have taken it here, but we did not. That's okay. Moving up here, still moving up. Left a little bit on the table here. Just a little bit. By that I mean a lot. Approaching the high of day. Approaching the high of day. Don't feel like I've missed anything here. I mean, I took what I took, and, you know, kind of is what it is there. All right. Swept the high of day there. Now, this kind of what I was looking for. So we could potentially get another entry here, because if we get a market structure shift back to the downside here, so let's pay attention here on the 1 minute chart. So we're still kind of between that 10 and 11 a.m., even though, you know, quite certain this is the silver bullet setup here. But if we can get a shift back to the downside here, could get a potential short here. This was actually what I was looking for earlier. You know, when I was taking these little trades here, I was thinking sweep the high of day, shift to the downside, take a short. Didn't work out that way. Market doesn't always give you what you think is going to happen. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. So like a move down. I mean, I don't know. This would be a little bit more of a risky entrance. All right, let's see what we get here. Kind of pulling back down here. Probably just going to be a pullback here, maybe before we go higher, but still just kind of paying attention here, trying to see what happens, see if we can't get us another entry. Potentially 15-minute chart starting to look bullish here on the Nasdaq. Actually kind of look bullish most of the day. All right, get a nice little pullback to the SMA there on the ES. Still below the VWAP. Getting a little bit of a structure shift here. Rejecting pretty hard. Could just be a pullback before we go higher, but kind of getting a structure shift here on the 1-minute chart. So nice shift to the downside here. Nice little shift to the downside on the 1-minute chart here. See what happens. All right, let's see here. Well, kind of was looking at something else there. Let's see, we kind of traded back up. We had a shift to the downside here. We kind of traded back up into it. But might wait for this to I hate shorting above the VWAP here. It's the only thing, but this is the setup I'm looking for. We do have that whole number there. I don't like that either. Moving through the 800s, the gaps presenting itself on the 3-minute chart now. Yeah, so kind of bouncing off that VWAP area there. Let's see here. All right, selling through here. Could have taken this entry here. Would have been short from the 08s. So well, we're kind of getting this to form here on the 3-minute chart too. I could have entered on the 1-minute chart. We did have an entry there at the 809. I was hesitant to take it because of the VWAP here and the whole number and all that good stuff. So, I mean, I guess if we trade back up into this 06 area, we can take this short potentially here. Just have to be careful because we do have this, you know, fair value gap here. So yep. See if we can get tagged in here. It may just go without us. Let's check the 2-minute chart there. Yeah, I mean, gap's kind of in the same area there for that. Well, just kind of moving down without us here. Let's check here and see. Yeah, 2-minute chart. Nah. Really no different. The entry would have been on the 1-minute chart there. All right, maybe get this tagged in here. Let's kind of see. Although, to be honest, I'm not... Man, I don't know. Second guessing myself here because I'm not loving the kind of breakdown here. But we do have a shift in structure here. I could just kind of target this 92 area. Maybe we just do that. Maybe we target this kind of low here. So 14, so... Oh, goodness, I don't know if I like this entry. I'm kind of talking myself out of it here. Because it could just bounce off this, hold this VWAP area. All right, let's take that off. Because it very well could just hold that VWAP area and continue up. We're going to mark it out just for our reference, but I don't know. I feel like this is going to be kind of a bounce area here. Potentially. But hasn't made it up to where my entry was anyway. Did not offer me the entry anyway. Lot right here. The same reason why I didn't want to take the short earlier was because of the VWAP here, the whole number. You know, we did kind of trade through it there, but so this did just kind of touch. You know, was one tick away from the gap there. So it didn't quite offer me the entry I was looking for there. And we're holding this area. Think about taking a little, just a little 5 or 6 handle scalp here. Back to the upside here. I don't know why I changed my bias there, but just trying to think that if we hold this area like we did a minute ago, we could get a little bounce back here to maybe like this 05 area. Quick little bounce. So it stops at break even there. See if we can get it bounce up through there. Go, go, go. Don't stop me out. Trying to. Yeah, stop this out there. It's probably going to go. I probably moved my stop a little quick there. Yeah, see, there it is. Almost back to the 05. There it is. And see, on that scalp play there, you got to kind of move your stop quickly. You can't really, you know, let it go. Now we did trade into that gap, but to take a short is just, you know, the problem I have with the short is the whole number, the VWAP. Just not loving this. If we weren't at the whole number and we were below the VWAP, I probably would have, probably would take this entry, but now we're selling back down. So it would have been a valid entry there at the 06. I mean, I think my thought process, though, there was valid. We did have a structure shift to the downside there. But I'm just trying to be not as aggressive as I was this morning. So yeah, I could have got the short there at 06. Would have got a nice, you know, I think I was going to take profit the 92, so I would have got filled there, but just did not love it. Didn't love it. All right, well, look for kind of the next entry here. I mean, this was kind of the nice little setup there, but we didn't love it. Didn't love it. See if we can find something that we like. Something that we like here. I mean, I almost like the long entry there. Gotta kind of clear this 80 area here. ES moving down here back to the 50s, low 50s. Trying to sell off here. So again, that entry at the 06 would have been nice. So bad at this. I made a green one there. I don't know. Trade back up into that 05, 06 area. Maybe we take the short there. Even though I don't love it. I mean, you could short the retest of the VWAP, I guess. Use that whole number to hold it down in the VWAP, possibly. It has kind of, you know, been popping the top off here, though, just a little bit there. All right, we're going to take the short of the VWAP. Not going to target a lot here, just maybe 10 handles. Possible $200. I move the stop pretty quickly here because this could trade back up in there. All right, stops down here. I'm going to trail this down a little bit. Lock it in $40 there. Locking in $40. And that puts us back in the green on this account on the day. Plus $14. Hey, we only made, what, 50 trades? I'm kidding. 12 trades. Just for our total of $14. 8 winners, $1,000. 4 losers, $1,000. Still at 66% on this particular account. Yeah, I think it's going to continue to move down. I probably moved my stop a little bit too soon there, but hey, we're still working on that. Yeah, this is this action not great. Not great action today. But that's okay. You live to trade another day. Yeah, the goal today was to just take 2 trades. That's what I said when I got up this morning. I was like, 2 trades. We're going to trade the open, up or down, win or lose. And then we're going to look for the silver bullet between 10 and 11. As you can see, had we followed our trade, this account we had already, this was fresh. We'd already blew the other one before after the morning volatility. So we shouldn't have been taking any trades until this 10 o'clock cutoff here. So let's look at them. $200 loser. That was not the silver bullet. Really shouldn't have been in that one either. Well, I guess technically these weren't the silver bullets, so I don't know why I was trading those. Just momentum trades that don't make sense. Here's the silver bullet. We traded it, and we made $1,000 on that. 275, 275, and 335. So right at $1,000-ish, $950, $60, something like that. So had we followed our rules and stuck to just the silver bullet, we would be up $1,000 on this account right now. But hey, we broke the rules. We have to be held accountable, right? So I'm not quite sure what my accountability should be, but there you go. Don't know what the accountability should be. You guys let me know. What is it? If you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're interested in a Apex account, today's the last day for the 80% off. Up here, you can see I got my coupon code there. 80% off the Apex account. $50,000 account is going to be about $40 a month on Trade of 8. I think it's slightly cheaper if you do it through the Rhythmic. Maybe $37. I'm not sure. But ends tonight at midnight. You can see the NQ trading back up to the fair value gap there. I've listed off all the reasons that I'm not taking these entries, but none of those seem all that valid at this moment, huh? It just keeps kind of tapping that gap and rejecting. Should we take the short here? That is the question. That would be the question. I don't think so. I think this potentially could be, I think we may bounce back up here, maybe up into that 20 level. Potentially. Potentially bounce up into the 20 area here. Testing that gap one more time. I think it might trade through this gap this time. Just kind of watching price action here on the 15-minute chart. Looks like we're kind of shifting back to the bullish, maybe return to the high of day here. Potentially. Above the 20 SMA, above the VWAP. Let's see here. Feels like if we break 15, I may just enter here for just a quick scalp up into the 20, 25 area possible. Maybe to the high day. I know I outlined this gap, but it can only hold so many times, right? Although honestly, it feels a lot better getting long from down here than up here at this point. So I didn't quite get through that 15 level there. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's what I was going to look at. Wanted to look at the old contracts on the NQ from overnight and see what that silver bullet offered on that, because I traded it on the new one. Let's go down to this 1 minute chart and just eyeball this. Let's see here. All right, it's approaching that 15 level here. Let's pay attention. I don't know. All right, we'll take a quick stab here. Not in love with it, but let's see what happens. Possible move to the 25 here. Well, kind of want to see it push through there. All right, we're at break even here. Stopped out. It's going to go. Creating a fair value gap here, though, working on this one. So possible, if it doesn't take this high a day, possibly can get in again, or if it trades back down to this 804 area, potentially. I mean, this is not really an entry here, but down here at this 800, if it trades all the way back to 800, this would make sense for an entry because we have this small gap here. So we have a structure shift here, traded above that. So if we trade back to this gap here at 799, I'd like this entry, 800. You got the VWAP support. For all the reasons that I didn't like the short, I would like the long here. You got the VWAP as support, you got the whole number, and we got the fair value gap here. So for all those reasons that I didn't like it previously, I would like it here. And you would just look for it to kind of chase that, at least this swing high here. So if we can get this trade back into this 800 level, and stop really should just be right here at the bottom of the first candle, second candle that created the gap, so 791. So I'd be risking $180 here for a potential $460 trade. So let's just leave that on there for now and see what happens. See if and that is kind of assuming that we don't leave a gap here, which we may. If we leave a gap here, then we might consider using that gap, but I kind of think I would like this one better. Pretty simple reason why we want it to trade into a discount, right? Is this would this gap be in the discount? It would not. Discount would be better. And I may just be a little less aggressive here and just kind of take it at the 20. Now this gap could also turn into kind of an inversion gap here, and we could just offer support here. It may not trade back through it. Might just bounce out of this gap and continue higher. That's always a possibility too. Anyways, I was going back and looking at the 3 o'clock hour here. Let's see overnight on the old contracts, because I didn't even look at those. Okay, so let's see. We swept the high. You know what? I could just show you guys this on this one. Let's do that so you can kind of see what I'm looking at too. So this is the old contracts in QM3. Just curious if it offered more than the 10 handles that we got on the new one. All right, so let's take a look. Probably not much more, if any more. So we swept this swing high, moved up, very similar. We sold off with we created a market structure shift here because this, we swept this low here. So your entry would be here at 14,611.50. So you'd be short from 14,611, traded down to 601. So there's the 10 handles. Even if you didn't take profit there, if you just left, because your stop would be here, up here. So it trades back up into it, sells off more, 598. So short at 611, sold down to 598. So a few more points. What? 12, 13 points. I was looking for 30. So Was looking for 30 points there. Wouldn't have got it on either of them. And again, this could have been a sweep of liquidity here. Look for another shift in structure to the upside. Not really seeing one there. You do have this creates a fair value gap here. Trades back into it. So you could have got long here at 16.18, 14.618. That play would have been much better, taking you all the way to the high of day. And I mean, I guess technically that could be considered the silver bullet setup. Maybe the one I was looking at was just a little too soon. I don't know. I didn't catch that long. I went to bed and let it do its thing. So tomorrow or tonight, maybe I stay up and watch it. I may even stream it. May even go live at 3 a.m. tonight or tomorrow morning. All right, as long as this doesn't breach this high, I still feel okay about a pullback into the 14,800 level for a possible move up. We're approaching that 11:30 time, though, so, you know. Kind of getting into a time of day where I don't like to trade, but doesn't mean we can't trade it. Just don't necessarily like to. I mean, you can see this 15-minute chart is not, you know, kind of sold off deceptively. And then just these big wicks of indecision. There's your opening candle. Basically no body. Second candle, slightly larger. Body, third candle, slightly larger. Still a ton of indecision. And then this one kind of makes us look bullish here, right? Trade back into it, pop out. So if we make this new high here, that just means this kind of turned into an inversion gap and it's just holding it. You can see how the body's respected kind of that gap there. But I wanted to see this trade back into a discount, so didn't happen. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and scratch that trade. Going to go ahead and scratch it. Guess we could have taken a long here for this, for this 806 level, but it would have been a dangerous, kind of aggressive entry. And if it was earlier in the day, I probably would have taken it because I was being much more aggressive this morning. But since I'm being scolded for taking more than 2 trades, pumping the brakes. Pumping the brakes there. Huh. Kind of breaking out of this trend, though. I mean, you could potentially take a scalp long here. I don't know. Could potentially take a scalp long here. Problem is the breakouts, right? The breakouts have failed today. So, I mean, you could have drew you a trend line on this one, and you would have been getting long at this 06 level, but so many things you could do there to take a trade, but this is the situation where a lot of times I'll lose, where I'm like, oh, I think it's going to take out the 32 level. So then I jump in for an I think trade, and I get punished. And the ES is trying to break out here, and that does look nice. All right, we're going to take it. Short stop here. We're going to be playing with a quick short stop. I mean, to be honest with you, stock probably should be down here at the 06, but all right, now we're going to lock in $20. Let's move these up together. I will take it. I was trying to kind of play a little dance there and move the take profit up and move the stop up at the same time, and we got a little close to our partner and she slapped us. It's all right. We're up $153 on this account after struggling for most of the day, so hey, sometimes you got to just take what you can get. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me this morning. I am not going to be trading the afternoon session today. I've decided that I'm not trading that well. At this point, I'm not even trading the morning session that well, to be honest. Let's just be honest. Today's session anyway. But what we're going to do is I am going to go live at 3 a.m. If you guys want to join me for that, you can. But if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, hit the little bell notification. That way you're notified when I go live. And again, today's the last day for the Apex discount code there that I got in my banner. So if you want to get that 80% off, today is the day to do it. After today, the discount will be 50%. So appreciate you joining me this morning. And